students, welcome back to my lectures of class 12 physics. We are studying our chapter current electricity. In the previous video, we have seen about the Ohm's law. Now in that Ohm's law, we came across a term that is called as the resistance. So in this topic, we will study what this resistance is. Okay, so we have got the formula V is equals to IR, or can say R is equals to V by I. So what this resistance is? This resistance is the property of the conductor in which it opposes the flow of current, or simply the obstruction to the flow of current, that is called as the resistance. यहाँ से हम डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, it is equals to the ratio of potential difference applied across the conductor to the current flowing through the conductor. That ratio is the resistance. ये तो हमने यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला से डिफाइन किया, and theoretically how we can define that? It is simply the opposition caused for the flow of current in a conductor. Okay, and what will be the unit of this resistance? This resistance, its unit is ohm, and it is represented by this symbol. Now here, how we can define a unit 1 ohm? अगर हमें इसको डिफाइन करना तो कैसे डिफाइन कर सकते हैं? We can define this ohm by using the formula R is equals to V by I. How we can define? If I put here R is equals to 1 ohm, this voltage is equals to 1 volt and the current as 1 ampere. So here this resistance is equals to 1 ohm when a current of 1 ampere flows to the conductor when a potential difference of 1 volt is applied across the ends. मतलब across the conductor when we are applying the voltage of 1 volt, then if a current of 1 ampere flows, then whatever the obstruction is caused to the current, that will be equals to 1 ohm. So in this way you can define the unit of resistance by using this formula R is equals to V by I. Okay, now we have defined its unit, we have defined what the resistance is. Now based on this formula, can we find its dimension formula? Okay, so in order to find the dimensional formula for resistance, I have to write its formula R is equals to V by I. अब यहाँ पर हमारे पास dimensional formula V और I का directly available नहीं है, but we have the different formulas by which we can find dimensional formula for V and I. Okay, now V, this is potential. Can we relate this potential with the electric field? We have V is equals to ED, so I can write V is equals to E into D, and I, that is current, that is the time rate of flow of charge, so I can write it as Q by T. Okay, now this electric field, how can I write this electric field in terms of force? We have F is equals to Q E, मतलब यहाँ पर E कितना हो जाएगा? That will be equals to F by Q, so I can write F by Q into D whole divided by Q by T. Okay, now here we have the individual dimensional formulas of all these units that we have. That is force, क्या हो जाएगा ये M L T minus 2. D is the distance, that is equals to L. Here Q, this Q square, so I can simply write Q is equals to AT, इसका स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, and divided by T, यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा upon T. Okay, so it will be here M L 2 T minus 2 divided by here A square T square and here T1, so I can write here simply T, so I can write here M L2 T minus 3 A minus 2. This is the dimensional formula for the resistance. So after looking at the basics of the resistance, we will see that on what parameters this resistance depends. In the previous video, we have derived this relation V is equals to Ri. वहाँ पर जो R की वैल्यू आती है, that R was ML by NE square A tau. This was the formula which we are getting for the R. Okay, now here this R, that is depending upon the different parameters. तो यहाँ से हम निकाल सकते हैं कि जो रेजिस्टेंस है वो कौन कौन से पैरामीटर्स पर डिपेंड करता है. द फर्स्ट वन, दिस R इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू L, दैट इज द लेंथ ऑफ द कंडक्टर. मतलब यहाँ पर रेजिस्टेंस किस पर डिपेंड करेगा? इट विल डिपेंड अपॉन द लेंथ ऑफ द कंडक्टर. जितना ज्यादा लेंथ होगा उतना ही ज्यादा उसका रेजिस्टेंस होगा कंडक्टर का. ओके, द सेकंड वन इज दैट इज द एरिया. मीन्स हियर यू कैन से R इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू एरिया ऑफ द कंडक्टर. So here जितना ज्यादा एरिया होगा उतना ही कम उस कंडक्टर का रेजिस्टेंस होगा. Okay, now here the third one is it is depending upon N. Now what this N is? I can write here R is inversely proportional to N, where N is electron density. मतलब यहाँ पर हम कह सकते हैं कि electron density it represents the nature of conductor. मतलब जितने ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं तो वहां पर उसकी डेंसिटी क्या हो जाएगी, ज्यादा हो जाएगी फॉर अ स्मॉलर कंडक्टर। अगर वहां पर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कम है तो वहां पर इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी क्या हो जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी। सो बेस्ड ऑन द इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी द नेचर इज डिफरेंट। तो वहां पर जो उसका नेचर होगा उस पर डिपेंड करेगा रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू। ओके, एंड दिस fourth one I can write this R is inversely proportional to tau, where this tau is the relaxation time, and indirectly this relaxation time that depends upon the temperature. Okay, so here we have four important parameters on which this resistance depends. Resistance depends upon length of the conductor, area of the conductor, nature of the material, and on the temperature. So we have seen that on what factors the resistance of a conductor depends, and here we will see specifically that how the resistance depends on the temperature. हमने देखा अभी कि जो R है that is inversely proportional to the relaxation time. मतलब यहाँ पर क्या है, if we are increasing the value of temperature T, टेम्परेचर जब बढ़ेगा तो वहां पर जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है उसके अंदर क्या रैंडमनेस बढ़ेगी। विद द इंक्रीज इन द रैंडमनेस दिस टाउ दैट इज द रिलैक्सेशन टाइम, दैट रिलैक्सेशन टाइम डिक्रीजेस। अगर रिलैक्सेशन टाइम यहाँ पर कम हुआ, इफ दिस डिक्रीजेस देन द रेजिस्टेंस increases. So I can directly write here with the increase in the temperature the resistance also increases. This is an important conclusion. लेकिन यहाँ पर हमने देखा सिर्फ रिलैक्सेशन टाइम से। Now we have a special formula by which we can find the direct relation between resistance and the temperature. Now we have that formula R is equals to R naught 1 plus alpha delta T. Okay, now here I can write this R is the resistance at temperature T. जो भी टेम्परेचर T है उस पर जो रेजिस्टेंस होगा वो कितना हो गया, R, and R naught this is the resistance at temperature 0 degree. This is Celsius and this is also Celsius. Okay, and this alpha is equals to temperature coefficient of resistance. Here we will define that what this temperature coefficient of resistance is. Okay, so here R is equals to R naught 1 plus alpha delta T. इसको बहुत सारे बुक्स में आप इसको देखोगे, you may write it as R2 is equals to R1 1 plus alpha delta T. R2, that is, this is the resistance at temperature T2, and R1 is the resistance at temperature T1, and this delta T here it will be T2 minus T1. अब यहाँ पर डेल्टा टी होता है, ओके, इट इज हियर T minus 0, तो वो टेम्परेचर T ही आएगा. सो एक्चुअली दिस डेल्टा T इज द चेंज इन द टेम्परेचर. Okay, so we have this formula R2 is equals to R1 1 plus alpha delta T. Okay, now here I have to find the value of alpha. Alpha की वैल्यू मैं यहाँ पर किस तरह से कैलकुलेट कर सकता हूँ? I can write here this R is equals to R naught plus R naught alpha delta T. Okay, now here I can write R minus R naught is equals to R naught alpha delta T. इस R naught को इधर लेके चला गया. Similarly, I can write R minus R naught by R naught delta T is equals to alpha. Okay, now here how can I define this alpha? This alpha is the temperature coefficient of resistance. So temperature coefficient of resistance is defined as the ratio of the change in resistance. What is this R minus R naught? This R is the resistance at temperature T and R naught is the resistance at temperature 0 degree Celsius. So this R minus R naught is change in temperature. So this temperature coefficient of resistance that is equals to the ratio of change in the resistance per unit original resistance. मतलब यहाँ पर R naught क्या है? This is the initial resistance जो कि कितने टेम्परेचर पे, which is at the 0 degree Celsius. तो हमने क्या मान लिया इसको? This is the original resistance and here delta T is the temperature, you can say change in the temperature. So how can I define this? It is defined as the ratio of change in the resistance per unit original resistance and per degree rise in temperature. This is how we can define the temperature coefficient of resistance. Okay, and what will be its unit? Now this R minus R naught, resistance को resistance से जब हम subtract करेंगे तो हमारे पास resultant क्या आएगा? It will be resistance, its unit will be ohm, and here R naught, its unit will be ohm, and temperature it is per degree Celsius. It is equals to the unit of alpha. This ohm gets cancelled. So I can write it here as per degree Celsius, that is the unit of alpha. Okay, it means that how much the resistance is changing with respect to the temperature that represents the temperature coefficient of resistance. Now, this temperature coefficient of resistance, that is different for the conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Okay, now in case of conductors, this value of alpha is positive. Okay, now what is the meaning of this statement alpha is equals to positive? It means that with the increase in the temperature, the resistance also increases. That is what the meaning of alpha is equals to positive is. That is, with the increase in the temperature, the resistance also increases. And for the conductors, this alpha is positive. This is for the conductors. Okay, now here we can even have this alpha is equals to negative. So alpha जब भी negative होगा, what is the meaning of this statement that alpha is equals to negative? इसका मतलब क्या है? That with the increase in the temperature, the resistance decreases. That is what the meaning of alpha is equals to negative is. और ये किसके लिए होता है? It is for the insulators and semiconductors. इन दोनों के लिए अल्फा की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? नेगेटिव हो जाएगी. फॉर कंडक्टर्स इट्स पॉजिटिव एंड फॉर इंसुलेटर्स एंड दी सेमीकंडक्टर्स इट इज negative. So this is how the resistance changes with the temperature, and this is all about the resistance of the conductor.